According to the Gainesville Sun, authorities say they have found what appears to be the remains of missing University of Florida student Christian Aguilar. Aguilar had been missing since September 20th. Police say the man charged in connection with his disappearance, Pedro Bravo, may have bought a shovel and a roll of duct tape just prior to the teen vanishing. There's a greater incentive this election to encourage early voting because state law has shrunk the in-person early voting period from 10 to 8 days. Channel 4's Chris Parento spoke with leaders from both parties, Republicans and Democrats, about early voting. There are 2 new cases of meningitis in Ocala. That brings the total number of cases in Florida to 9. 2 people have died. The latest patients are 2 women, ages 52 and 79. They were both treated at the same Marion County pain clinic with a steroid. Federal health officials have tracked down 12,000 of the estimated 14,000 people who may have received contaminated steroid injections in the nation's growing meningitis outbreak. President Francois Hollande says he wants to get rid of homework. Get rid of it. He says education is a priority and that work should be done at school with teachers and not at home. He also, though, wants to lengthen the school week, so there's a catch. Right now, French students go to school 4 days a week. Hollande wants it to go back to 4.5. The president is promising to hire more teachers and give incentives to those willing to work in what he calls difficult areas. Hollande says these changes would improve educational equality, especially for children who don't have the proper support at home. It was neat to see when they announced this. A lot of people on Facebook were saying, "Oh, I'm going. Who's going? Who's going with me?" Tagging people's names and stuff.
And then reality
it's exciting
hits.
now, but a year from now, when you have to start paying for this stuff, I'm interested to see how many people actually go over to London.
True fans.
True fans, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. People who have some time and some money. It's maybe a little difficult to look at this dog's photo coming up here, but her story is a heartwarming one. We'll tell you how this heroic dog lost her snout. That's ahead. It's 9:02, and right now, any moment now, a bomb-making suspect arrested yesterday is expected to make his first appearance before a judge on new charges. A local family struck by tragedy is hoping they can at least bury their loved one the way she wanted. Dee Dee Eddy was murdered Tuesday. Her body found in the front yard of her Orange Park home. Detectives say her son killed her. Eddy was a political refugee from Africa, and her family wants to send her body home to be buried. The cost, though, is between $17,000 and $20,000. It's money the family just doesn't have, which is why they're asking for help. Investigators find human remains in clothes matching the description of what Christian Aguilar was wearing when he was last seen. Straight ahead this morning, we're going to hear from Aguilar's father, who says his family is ready to begin the grieving process. Police say they carried out a monstrous attack against an exotic bird and then laughed about it in front of hotel guests. The charges 2 law school students are facing after chasing and killing a bird at a Vegas casino. Plus, a prostitution scandal in a Maine community. Ahead, the woman who's accused of running a brothel out of her Zumba fitness studio. All those stories and more, but first we're going to start this morning with Blake Matthews and taking a look outside. You're right, this morning doesn't look quite as nice as yesterday. A lot more clouds, some low-lying clouds too. Right now, there's an active manhunt, we're told, near Gainesville for a man who authorities say ran from a highway patrolman during a traffic stop and then attacked that patrolman. The Florida Highway Patrol says a trooper pulled over a car driven by this man, Trevor Flum. They say Flum ran into a wooded area, and when the trooper chased him, Flum hit the trooper in the head with a large tree branch, knocking him to the ground. The trooper was able to fire at least 1 shot at Flum, we're told, who continued to run along the tree line. FHP says Flum has a lengthy criminal past and was just released from the Leon County Jail last week. Flum was last seen wearing a white shirt and baggy pants. Anyone with any information is asked to call the Florida Highway Patrol at 904-359-6572. Nearly a month after 18-year-old Christian Aguilar disappeared, his family says the search for him may be close to an end. Last night, Aguilar's family announced they have reason to believe their son's body has been found. Hunters found human remains in Levy County, a hunting camp there about 45 minutes southwest of Gainesville. The medical examiner is still working to make a positive identification. Prosecutors charged Aguilar's childhood friend Pedro Bravo with murder. Attitude is everything, and no group knows that better than breast cancer survivors. Yesterday, thousands channeled their positivity and their pink pride for the annual Making Strides Against Breast Cancer walk in downtown Jacksonville. Well, still to come on the morning show this Sunday, fans of the hit series Mythbusters can now see the hosts live in person. We'll tell you where and we'll tell you about their all-new myth-busting show that you can be a part of. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, that's not a great view outside of downtown in the St. Johns River. Very overcast, a lot of rain out there. Blake Matthews is standing by with a look at the rest of the day's forecast, if it's going to get any better, and also your work week forecast. Heading back to school and the office on Monday. All right, this deserves a penalty, no doubt about it. Crimson Tide defensive end LaMichael Fanning lifted Missouri running back Russell Hansbrough off the ground onto his shoulder and then slammed him headfirst into the ground. It's like a suplex in wrestling. Now let's compare here. Fanning, the defensive player, is 6'7", 297 pounds. Hansbrough, 5'9", 185 pounds. It's like me picking up Blake. That earned a flag and probably a suspension this week. We're going to see. Hansbrough was not seriously hurt on the play. He did get up and bounce right back from that.
I weigh a little more than 165.
185.
Or 185.
Do you really?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I'm not going to disclose exactly how much I weigh.
And I'm not going to find out. I'm not going to try and pick you up.
But it is more than 185.
That looked nasty, didn't it? That just rolling that guy back onto the ground. It's time to celebrate first birthdays this Sunday morning, October the 14th. And we got a little junior celebrity. This is James Brown. Maybe the little godfather of soul, waking up 1 today. So everybody, James Brown is turning 1. He feels good. We also have Devin Smith turning 1 today. Devin, name not as famous, but happy birthday nonetheless.
You know what? He could be very famous.
That's what he could. He could be original. Devin Smith. Hey, everybody, wish these two little ones a very happy first birthday today.
Expected to reach speeds of over, get this, 600 miles per hour.
Say that again. 600 miles an hour?
Now, you know why. You know why that is.
You'd be like throwing up lunch you had in like the 3rd grade. I mean, it'd be, that would be terrible.
Oh, man.
He's set to do it at 9:30 this morning, so we go off the air at 9 o'clock, but I'm sure we'll have more on that later today. I know the first time, I think it was weather that got in his way.
Right, the wind. The wind had kicked up, canceled the first 2 times. 3rd attempt is the charm.
Well, at 600 miles an hour, does the wind, I mean, there's wind anyway, right?
Right.
Fall is harvest time. It can also be good, healthy eating time. 2 great fall favorites are apples, of course, pumpkins. Weight Watchers focuses not only on losing weight, but creating healthy habits that last a lifetime, and it's important to include great tasting foods and enjoy variety while losing weight. And here to talk about it this morning, fall power foods is what we're calling them. We have Anita Durst from Weight Watchers is back joining us. Good to see you again.
It's so good to be here again,
Always
Jason.
love your enthusiasm, first off, but your presentation is gorgeous. It certainly is fall. Where do you want to start with now? We talked about apples and pumpkins.